welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-122A. It's a Tier 5 Soviet SPG. It's located on the northeast spawn of Westfield, and this one's under the command of 73north. And this is a replay from May of last year, not this year, last year. Yep, good job we keep all our clients so we can record this one. Well, the SU-122A is actually a piece of fiction because this version never actually existed. It's based on the SU-76 and, well, it's not a design that actually was put into effect. The real SU-122 really looked like the tank destroyers, the SU-85, and it is or was a real self-propelled gun. But Wargaming haven't put it into the game, but it technically could be put into the game as a premium Soviet SPG, kind of like the Fifi in many ways. This one's got the 152mm howitzer, which is capable of 550 alpha. It's got the highest alpha for any of the Tier 5 Arty in the game. And it's got the entire range of the map as well. You can actually hit enemy tanks a long way away. The only problem is, it's a bit poor on aiming. He's trying to get a shot on that Super Hellcat, but he won't stay still. Okay, and then when he does, only for a short while, and that's what happens. Yes, he fired it in, fully dialed in, and yet unfortunately only got 93 hit points, but he did get the stun assist, and that guy's out of the game. In fact, he's actually in platoon with the Super Hellcat up there, as well as a Chaffee. So 73north did get some stun assist from his teammate. Well, not some stun assist, got some spotting for his teammate. Okay, next target's an OI, but suddenly disappeared. You notice they got a bit of reticule bloom there. The arc of this Arty is only 15 degrees, 7 degrees either side of the center line. And so, like the Object 261, it's very difficult to aim. Oh, that was a good shot. He did get that one. Now, 550 alpha, 38mm of pen, which makes it very difficult to penetrate a tank like the OI, which is very heavy and it's got lots of armor. He also has a limited number of rounds as well. It used to be you only get 12 rounds with the 152mm gun, but they've increased it now to 18. He's aiming ahead of path, rounds out, and a really excellent shot there, 243 hit points. That was a really good one, that one. A non-penetrating shot, but incredibly difficult to work out exactly where to put the shell when the target is over the other side of the map. I must admit, you do get a great deal of satisfaction with this Arty if you do get a good shot at long range. Okay, got a bit of reticule bloom there because the vehicle's stuck. Again, that narrow arc is working against him. The 1815A is a premium tank destroyer, but he moves into the field of fire. The arc was, the reticule was so big that it fell within the reticule, but was nowhere near the AT-15A. It just takes forever for it to dial in, I'm afraid. Aim time 6.71 seconds, and that's just for 1/3 of the difference. Remember, it's going to take 3 times as much to get fully dialed in on the enemy. Normally, it's better to actually do that when you're still waiting for the... Oh, he got a kill shot! You normally dial in when you're waiting for the shell to load. He just fired that round at the OI and the shell actually went straight for the target and he killed it blind, and all of a sudden a wreck appeared out of nowhere. So yeah, lovely blind kill. So his actual damage so far is actually quite high. We'll get a reading on that at the end of the game. Already picked up 375 hit points of stun assist. And remember, this is a 152mm howitzer at tier 5. So he is actually getting stun, although it's fairly brief. Again, he's changed the aim. And when you do that, the arc gets, or the reticule gets really big. His team are doing fairly well though, because they're 4 kills up on the enemy now. And again, he's got that long dial-in. Another thing is, oh, he fired with a big reticule. And, oh, he got some stun. He did get some stun. And he's getting stun assist. In fact, the AT-15A just got killed. And, or did he? No, I don't think he did actually. Though who got killed was the Chaffee. His platoon mate just got wiped out. In fact, he's lost both of his platoon mates, the Super Hellcat and the Chaffee now. Firing blind. He's trying to get the Arty. That's where they were last seen. Now, it might be a good idea for him to aim for either that AMX 12 ton on the north side of the valley, or the enemy tanks that are blocking the path of our tanks on the south edge of the map. There's the AMX 12. He's trying to hide in that dip at the moment. Makes it difficult to get a shot in there, but he can do it. Yeah, I think that dip is a bit too much for him to get. If the AMX 12 ton stays to the right of the dip, it's almost impossible to get it in there. If he goes to the left of the dip, then he can probably get the shell in. But yeah, I'd aim for the Chi-2 on the south edge of the map, because the troops can see him there. And he's sitting high on that corner, which makes him fairly easy target. Unfortunately, the Chi-2... No, the Steel Waffenträger was the one who got the kill on the Strid M42. But our M44's just taken out the enemy Leo. Tier 7 game with Tier 5 Arty in it. So we know that 73 North is bottom tier. And he's doing pretty well for a bottom tier Arty in this game. Okay, this is what I wanted him to do. The go for the Chi-2. Who's probably sitting behind that bush at this moment, because he knows that there's a Crusader somewhere down the valley. The M10's moving up on the AMX 12 ton. He's the other side of the valley behind the trees. Now there has been some exchange and we managed to take out their M10 RBFM. Our Nashorn got him. The unfortunate thing is our Nashorn then got nabbed as well. Okay, we're only 1 up on the enemy now, so it's kind of stalled at the moment because our teammates don't want to go out there and get spotted and then get killed. And, well, 73 North is telling them, just find the enemy for me. But they're not moving. Oh, the M10's moving at last. Good. So he's actually doing it, but the worry for him is that AMX 12 ton. Now the Chi-2 is there, and he is there. He's actually sitting behind the very bush that I said he was. And the Chi-2 just finished off our RBFM. So, unfortunate that. Oh, and he just got wiped out. The T-34-2 GFT saw him and managed to get an aim shot to take him out of the game. And now he's closing in on the AMX 12 ton, who's just a little further up there in the dip. There he is, and we can hit him. Lining up the shot, dialing in. He gets a ram shot. Take the shot. Rams out. Oh, lovely. He got some hit points off the AMX 12 ton. He may have stunned his own teammate, but the benefit is he got an easy one shot to take the AMX 12 ton out. And that means now there's only 4 enemies left. 3 Arty and 1 tank destroyer. And the tank destroyer is that Steel Waffenträger, the guy who actually did get a kill on one of our guys. So the enemy Arty is probably on the west side of the map. And 73 North Only one kill so far, but technically he's got quite a lot of hit points. Not just damage, but also stun assist. And that could give him a good result. Now, we just need them to find the enemy Arty. I think the Fifi, the Leffy, is hiding behind the trees in H1. And there, the M44 and the enemy team just got our Crusader. And there's the kill on the M44. He must have spotted the Tracer coming out and managed to finish off that guy. So now it's only the 5 against 3. We still don't know where the Waffenträger is. But I think he's over on the west side of the map as well. Though I have to say there's a possibility the T-34-2GFT is about to find that Waffenträger if he happens to be on the south side of the map. And that's where 73 North is now looking. He's looking in the corner, anticipating that somebody might be behind those bushes. I think I'd aim a little bit closer to the bushes, or the trees rather, because I think that he's actually closer to them. The Fifi is actually sitting behind the house, not a tree. He's actually sitting behind a house, and that's why we can't see him. There's a little house a little way up. You can use that as a firing position. It's a bit open, but it does work. It's not too close to the valley edge because that can actually obstruct the field, well, not the field, but the trajectory of the shells. The Firefly is moving in on the cap. He's at the houses. I'll bring the mini-map up a bit more so you can see what I'm seeing, because we're not seeing any targets at the moment. Now, he has got 9 shells left. He could fire in a few blind shots on those bushes just to try and wake the enemy up. And if he does get close, he'll stun them, and then his teammates will get the kill shots. So it might be worth his while putting a shell in just to test the water. Either that or put the round in behind the house. There's the steer. So he was up on the south edge of the map. We lost the T-34-2GFT, but the steer... Oh, big hit. Penetrating shot. And the steer goes down. Taken out by the Firefly. Oh, no, by our M44. Sorry, I do apologise. That just leaves the Fifi and the M41 HMC. Now, I think if he looks a bit further north, there's a house. That's where he's hiding. It's where he was last seen. Oh, and a tree went down. That's the M41. You saw a third tree just went down. In fact, most of those trees are down. There's the Fifi hiding behind the house. Yeah, in fact, he moved to the bushes. That's the house you just see to the south. They've taken out the Fifi. Now go back to the trees. He's close to the trees. The Firefly's very close to the M41. There he is. He's in sight. And that's the last 2 minutes. And the Firefly ends the game by killing the M41. And that's game over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first ace tanker for 73 North in the SU-122A, one of the most difficult arties to play in the game because of that long aim time and the narrow arc of fire. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12 in that one. And his win rate was 4,900, and I think that's 82, but my eyesight is getting very poor. I've got new glasses. 4,992 win rate, so a very high one. Super Unicum. Let's have a look at team score and see where he came. Well, would you look at this? He actually got the highest damage in the game, but he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool, and that's why he didn't get the high caliber. 1,651 hit points went to 73 North. The second highest damage was the AMX-12 ton, one of the tanks he hit. He got 1,618 hit points, and the third highest damage in the game actually went to the Chi 2, the shot that I wish he had taken, because I think that guy would have been a bit shocked if a round landed right on top of him while he was hiding behind that tree, spotting our guys in the valley. He got 1,479 hit points. When it came to kills, the high scorer was the M44 on our team. He got 4 kills in that game, so he did very well. 3 kills went to the Steel Waffenträger on the enemy team, and 2 kills went to 73north, the T-34-2GFT, the Strid M42, the Firefly 5C, and also to the Cheetu, the M44, and the Leo on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, he's tops. 1092 there for 73 North. He's the only player to get over 1000 base. And 793 went to the M44, 725 to the T-34-2GFT. Let's have a look at the detail. He fired only 10 rounds in the game, so he still had 8 rounds spare at the end. 4 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetration. I think we saw that pen. It was quite a big hit. If I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember which one it was that he actually hit, but he got a nice little pen. It was the Steel Waffenträger. Yes, 500 and, was that 538 or 598? It's 598 hit points from that pen. Very nice one, that, because it made it very easy for our teammates to then get the kill shot, because he was a one-shot from that point on. And of course, he does have fairly thin armor, but it was a very nice shot from a very long way away. And it just goes to show that sometimes, if you've got patience, you can get good shots on the enemy. And he did hold the aim in the general area, and it was nice that the Steel Waffenträger was in a position where he could actually get a shot on him. Anyway, let's see the rest of the details. He got 1,000. Oh, we got 9 splashes on the enemy as well, and 1,651 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 2, so no Confederate, I'm afraid, because there was only a 4 difference. 1,387 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns. That's very good total for a tier 5 Arty with this sort of accuracy. He earned 51,764 credits from the game, and after ammunition resupply took away 43,664 credits profit, 1,638 XP, 9,828 for completing a mission, and took away 11,466 experience points altogether. Yes, it's a very difficult Arty to play, but when you play it well, it can be really good fun. And I remember once when I was playing this little Arty, I had a Cromwell B circling me thinking, I've got you. And I just turned my big 152mm howitzer and shotgunned him out of existence with 1 round. I don't think he was too happy about that, but there's not a lot he could do. And on another occasion, I remember a BT-7 going full blast on the other side of the battlefield. I worked out, I was tracking him and working out how far to lead the shot on him, and nuked him from the other side of the battlefield, and his wreck skidded to a halt after going at full speed. It just skidded to a halt along the battlefield edge. It was just so funny to take out a tank at that range, especially a tier, what is it, BT-7 tier 3? I think it was at the time, but it was just comical the way that he suddenly turned into a wreck, and the wreck just slid along the battlefield. But yes, it can be a satisfying little Arty to play sometimes. Most of the time, it's a real pain. If we look at the armor profile, we can see that it doesn't have much in the way of armor. 25mm on the upper plate, comes out at 40 because it's angled. Lower plate's only 30mm, comes out at just under 40. Again, the angling's not so great on the lower plate, which is why it's more vulnerable. We've got a gun shield which is only 25mm, but it's just supposed to stop bullets and shell splinters. The top of the vehicle is only 7mm. The sides 15. It's really not very strong when it comes to armor, and just about anything, if it's going to get shot, is going to penetrate. And I think you can see here from the live view that there is a weak spot there sitting right in the center. That's the driver's hatch, or his viewport really. If you can shoot a shell in there right in the center of the vehicle, you'll not only kill the driver, you might actually hit some of the modules. You'll see that in the module map shortly. Again, the rear of the vehicle, the sides, all very weak. And shells are not going to be stopped. The gun shield here is only 10mm, but of course it's an open top Arty, and that means you just have to drop a shell in there as Arty, and you'll put the thing out of action. But look at the module. Okay, it's rather cramped because it's quite a small little Arty. We've got the driver in the center at the front, that's why the hatch is there. he's got an engine to his left and he's got a fuel tank to his right. And the transmission is actually directly in front of him. It's a front wheel drive sprocket there. Behind him, he's got an AMRAC, a huge one there, and another huge one at the back. And there's only one loader, and he's also got another AMRAC on the other side of him. So any shell that goes in from the right-hand side on the actual body of the tank is likely to hit an AMRAC and set the thing off. The gunner's on the right-hand side, the tank commander's on the left-hand side. He's also the radio operator, and so the radio's next door to him. So yes, it's quite a compact little tank, very thin armor, very easy to hit a module if you shoot in, and yes, it's very vulnerable to other Arty. And it's very difficult to play because of that narrow arc. That's the main thing about this thing, the narrow arc and the aim time. Very difficult to aim on a target, but very satisfying when you get good shots. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And congratulations to 73north for getting his first ace tanker in the SU-122A. This was the first Arty that I actually marked in the game. I played the SU-122A so much that I actually marked it the first out of all the vehicles that I played. Yes, I could have got a mark on any other vehicle, but I played this one so much because in the end I actually grew to like it. Even though it can be a bit of a pain, you do get good results out of it. So congratulations on your first ace tanker.